It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. We saw Santa Claus. We saw Santa Claus. We saw Santa Claus. Hi, Cokie Chanel. Hi, Cokie Chanel. Hi, everyone. Say hi, everyone. We're all ready for the show. Hi, where's Rosie? Hi, Rosie. There's Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Coco's ready to say hi. We're ready to start the show. Oh, I hear Lola. Hi, Lola. Come here, Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Everybody's ready for this week's treats. We had one earlier today. Now we're going to have another one today. Today is just full of good treats. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Say hi to everyone. Hi, Lola. Hi, Lola. Lola's getting ready for treats too. Hi, Lola. Hi. Welcome to Pardon My Frenchie. This is me, 143. If you don't have friends, you have a few now. Everybody is ready for the holidays. We are doing holiday treats. This is the 12 treats of Christmas, and we have done one earlier today, and now we are on another one today. Everybody's all excited. We saw Santa Claus this past week, and we are just on a roll with these treats, aren't we, girls? Everybody's enjoying them. Everybody's enjoyed taste testing them. We did the Grinch one earlier today. They absolutely love that one. And now we are going to do another fun one. Simple, easy. Like I said, I like to keep the ingredients short and simple. And this one is going to be no different. Little Lola's behind the camera over there being all so sweet. But this one is going to be no different. It is going to be a, let's see, actually just a 3-ingredient recipe. And it's going to be yummy. The dogs are circling like sharks because it smells so good. This one is actually going to be a really, really good treat for your dogs because it has fresh bacon in there for them. So typically we don't give our dogs bacon because it's not all that great for them in large amounts. But in small amounts like this and little treats, it's not going to hurt them. So you can do this in 2 different ways. For the bacon, I used fresh cut bacon and I fried it on the stove upstairs. You have to do it all the way till it's really, really crispy where it crumbles. Or you could go to the store, you could get little bacon bits, that's fine. Because my little Martha on the mantle is here, I decided to go the Martha Stewarty way and do the fresh bacon. I'm not going to get in trouble prior to Christmas and go the bacon bits route, but you are more than welcome to get bacon bits and put that into your treats. But I've got, again, Martha on the mantle, and then I've got my Snoop on the Rosie, but it's typically Snoop on the stoop. But we are all ready for Christmas, and we are all excited. So today's recipe is going to be a bacon pineapple dog treat. Bacon pineapple dog treat. And again, 3 simple ingredients, and you are ready to go. And I did puree the pineapple upstairs so that we didn't have to listen to my Bullet blender go because that gets awfully loud and it's not very appealing to listen to. So I did puree that upstairs, but everything else, and I did fry the bacon because I didn't think you really would watch me fry bacon because who wants that? Nobody. So anyways, let's get started on this because, again, super simple. I do have my 2 treat makers out here, and I am going to make these treats red and green for Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody out there celebrating Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. We're in Hanukkah to all our friends that are celebrating Hanukkah.
Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much funaka to celebrate Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Instead of 1 day of presents, we have 8 crazy nights.
And Kwanzaa's coming up starting on the 26th. So if you're celebrating Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa to you. So happy holidays to everybody celebrating something this month. It's a great day. It's a great season to just celebrate family, friends, and get out there, see the lights, enjoy the weather, enjoy family. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get stressed out. You know, it's a few days. Yeah, it's the season should be about family and friends, and don't get wrapped up in all the materialistic garbage. That's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about things like this. You know, give dog treats to people. You know, make their gifts, DIY it stuff. I know kids are kind of hard sometimes. I think if I made all the Christmas gifts for my 12-year-old, he'd probably throw a shoe at me.
That really hurt. I'm gonna have a lump there, you idiot. Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
But maybe for adults, DIY their stuff, and they'll appreciate. I know I would appreciate if somebody made me a bunch of stuff. I love homemade stuff. I think that's great. I tell people all the time, they ask me, what do you want for Christmas? I always say nothing. I don't, if I want something, I'll buy it for myself. So I don't need anything. I just need, friendship and love, and tune into the channel. Hit like, subscribe, send your friends here. That's all I want. So, and if you're, wanting to tell your story on this channel, I'd love to have you. I want that too. So, if you have a story for this channel, that's what I want for Christmas. Get on, tell your friends. If you have a story for this channel, if you have if you lost a pet and want to talk about it, I'd love to have you on my show. Love to hear from you. I think it would be great. And I have a large project coming up next year, and I'm shooting a documentary for it. And if you're interested, please reach out to me, because I would love to have you on the show. And I'd love to have you as part of my documentary. So anyway, so let's get to this dog treat recipe. So it is pineapple bacon dog treats. So our first ingredient is going to be our whole wheat flour. Don't have whole wheat flour? You can also use the rolled oats. Make sure you put that in your NutriBlender, blend it up, and we're gonna go on this one. We are gonna go with let's do a cup on this one. Just so geez, nothing like making lots of noise, right?
It's good to sprinkle the fleur on the sprinkling the fleur,
So we're gonna put in a cup. You know what? I might want to make a little bit more. So I'm gonna do a little bit more. I think this is a cup and this is gonna be that's a cup and a half in here. So I'm gonna make a little bit more. So I'm gonna do a cup and a half. And again, remember on these recipes, you can play with the recipes. If you want to make a little bit more, a little bit less, screw around with the recipes a little bit. It's again like Bob Ross. It's your world. It's nothing's nothing is set in stone. So a lot of these are just base ideas. So, and again, when I do my treat makers, if I know I'm going to be making these for families and friends, I try to gauge it a little bit more because I know what I'm doing. So anyways, so I got about a cup and a half in here of whole wheat flour. And let me get my little spoon over here. And so my next ingredient, so this is the pureed pineapple. I just got a can of pineapple. Martha, close your ears. I did not buy a fresh pineapple and scoop it out and all that stuff. I just got a can of Dole pineapple. Took out the liquid in it and put it in my NutriBlender, pureed it up, and here it is in here. So I've got in here a whole cup of pureed pineapple, and I'm going to put that in here, all nice. I'm going to start mixing it up with my flour, and that all in here, and so then I'm going to add in, it's going to be nice and Sweet for these dogs, too. Oops. All right, and then the last ingredient is going to be your bacon. Again, 2-3 slices of bacon is all it's going to take. It's all it's going to take. Up there, crush it up real fine. Get it all in there. 2-3 cups of bacon. Or cups of bacon. 2-3 slices of bacon. Got it, like I said, do it real crispy where it's like crumbling. Get that all in there. And all in there. I did put extra flour in here. So what I could have done is I could have put in more pineapple. I could have put in more pineapple, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water to this just to give me a little bit more consistency. So I think I'm going to do, oops, I'm going to add in like half a cup of water to help with this. Because I am putting it in my treat maker and not the oven, sometimes with a treat maker, it needs to be a little thinner, not a whole lot thinner, but a little thinner. So there's a lot of my recipes, of course, are made for the oven, not treat makers. So, and I've never done this recipe. A lot of these recipes, and I've said it before, I don't make a lot of these ahead of time because I like to see how it comes out when you do. So, I don't edit my videos. What you see is what you get. Just like on the last one, I left my treats in way too long, and they turned out brown. And then I put them in the new treat or the waffle makers, and not like the way it turned out. And I was very honest about that. If I don't like something, I will tell you. But again, when things happen or they go south, I don't cut that out. That's real life. And, I mean, again, I wish life was as perfect as it is in, I wish life was perfect, but it's not. So, I don't edit out. Why should I? So anyways, so this is getting nice and mixed up. So here is where I'm going to actually take one of these bowls, and I'm going to divide up my, take this bowl. I'm going to divide up my mix here because I'm going to make one is going to be red and one is going to be green. And I don't want, that way I can have some red treats and some green treats. And I'm going to put that in here. And the remaining, I'm going to put that in here. So, okay. So I've got half here. I'm just going to take, some of the, just a little bit of food coloring, make green. And then I'm going to take a little food coloring and do some red. And we're going to mix these up. And then we will begin to put them in our treat maker. And see how cute these come out. So, and I will mention it in this video as well. We had 2 birthdays this month, one on the 11th of December and one on the 12th. The 11th was one of our faithful viewers from Chicago. Violet is her name. And I will put her picture up right next to my head. So you'll be looking at her probably right now. But Violet is a 3-year-old from Chicago, from the Chicagoland area. She belongs to Dave and Patty. They're faithful viewers of this channel. And she had a 3rd birthday on the 12th. So happy birthday, Violet. And our Rosie also turned 3 this month on the 12th of December. So happy birthday to our Rosie. We had 2 beautiful birthdays this month. So How wonderful is that? So I've got that. I'm going to wait to put it in the treat maker because I don't want them to burn. So I'm going to let me get my paper towels. So I don't want, I'm going to mix up this one, and I don't want to get green on my thing here. Yeah, it's a real pretty Grinch color green, which is nice. If you look into my other video, I did Grinch dog treats. So check that one out. But yeah, we've got so much stuff planned this weekend, trying to get ready for Christmas. And I live in the Ohio area, so there's this Christmas there's this Christmas event that out towards Cincinnati, and it's after Krampus, and so I'm going to be attending that. So that should be very interesting. I've never attended anything with that has to do with Krampus. I've never really followed any of that growing up. So that should be very interesting. The whole story of Krampus and I'm going to put a little bit more red in here. Krampus and Santa and all that is just fascinating to me. I believe from what my daughter was telling me, it's like a German folklore, but very interesting, very kind of disturbing, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's very, very, very interesting. But in Columbus as well, they have it's called Fear Columbus, and it normally is it's normally a haunted house, but they turn it into a haunted house Christmas event during the winter, and it's focused on Krampus. So I watched another YouTube video, which is actually really good. I'll tag that below as well. It's really, really good. But
Merry Christmas, boys and girls. Merry Christmas, boys and girls. Merry.
I watched that, and that looked really cool. And I hate haunted houses, like hate with a capital H, just because they literally scare the hell out of me, and that's putting it lightly. I'm a very fight or flight type of person, and but I honestly, because the person that did the walkthrough on that, I like the fact that I could see what, if I did choose to go to that place, I could actually see what I would be going into. And it honestly, it didn't look horrible. It looked like something that I would be able to handle, which is good. It would be good for me. Now, probably, I'm not going to lie, probably like their regular haunted house during the year, probably not. Because I'm sure that there's like zombies and all sorts of stuff I just couldn't do. It's just probably the anxiety level and everything. And I always make the comment of, life is too scary as it is. I don't need to pay people to scare me. But there's people that love haunted houses and enjoy that. I love them. There's tons of things that I love to participate in too. And that is just not one of them. I do not like to be somebody to scare the hell out of me. That's for sure. But like I said, I'll put their link down below, or I'll plug them on this, because again, it looked really cool. And you can definitely tell, I think from what I had seen on their website, I want to say it was only maybe like $25-$30 to go through, but the amount of lighting and stuff that they have, at that place, totally worth it. I mean, and it's long, like it goes on forever. So 100 times worth it. If that's something that you're into, it's that Fear Columbus is right outside of like the eastern area on the outer belt of Columbus, and I think it's off of 161 or something like that. If you know this area, but like I said, I'll put some information down below if you know if that's kind of your thing, and but check them out. Like I said, if those people put a lot of work into that stuff, so you know, it'd be worth checking out. Because, like I said, if you're into that stuff, then by God, do it, because it looks like it would be a good time. And so, anyways, so I got the red treats in there, but I'm gonna wait to put them down because, again, I don't want them to turn brown on me like in my last one. So I'm gonna get the green ones put in the other one, and again, like I say in every video, you can roll these out and put them into the oven and let them bake. And let's see. Yeah, these are going in here very, very nice. In my last video, I had they make these little waffle makers. They're so darn cute. And if you, in one of my other videos, and I'll put it next to my head, Noir, when my granddog, when she had her birthday, I have one of those little waffle makers and it's in the shape of a star. Well, one of my viewers had gotten me a snowman, and I had the snowman, and then at Volunteers of America, I found a tree. And I thought, oh, how cool! I'll do, you know, the green trees and all that, and yeah, it just didn't come out, and it really disappointed me because I really wanted it to turn out. And then in the process of me saying that it didn't turn out, my treats and my treat maker burned, because again, these things go so stinking quick. They cook so stinking quick, which is great. But not when you want a green treat, and you don't need your green treat to turn out all brown. So we're going to be careful on these so that we get a nice looking treat. So pineapple bacon treat. And granted, you know, again, these are, you know, for your dog, but you still want them to look fun. You still want them to look fun for the holidays. All right. Let me get these all closed. I guess I can put one in here too. Let me get this all closed. Yep. All right, we are done. Close. All right, see how that goes. Clean up here a little bit, and we are cooking with gas. Again, you can put them in the oven as well. And 325. Roll them out, put them in cookie cutters, or just do little pizza slices, make little designs, do whatever you want. Just have fun with it. Just keep them for your dog, give them to friends. Anything is nice. Anything is just nice that you're thinking of other people, or just, you know, I mean, you make Christmas cookies with your family. Why not just make dog treats with your family? It'll be a new kind of tradition. Okay, my first one is done. My light is off. And these are done. These are done. And they're red. They're still red and green, which is nice. So I am going to take these out and show you how this looks. And that one's still cooking. So I'm going to take this out. I am going to pull one of these out. They smell good too. You could smell the pineapple. You can smell the pineapple. And you can smell, yeah, and you can see, like, these are so cute because they're bright red and green. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yay. Not like the last video where my green treats came out brown. But again, you know, that's what I get for blabbing. Talking too much, and then my poor my poor treats. But you know what? I fed those treats to my dogs, and they all loved them. So there you go. Either way, they can't. These are so hot. But as you can see, oh, let me take that off. Oh, this one's off too. Oh, how cute. How cute are these? To cut off some of them, but yeah, bright green little dog treats. Look how cute is that? Little green and red dog treats. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. How festive. How festive for Christmas. You've got your red and green dog treats. Pineapple bacon dog treats for your dogs. Right in time for the holidays. Oh, these are so cute. These are so, so cute. I will put a picture in of these. They came out so nice. I mean, how cool if you're having a holiday party to have these as a takeaway, have them on your table. I'll put some more green up here too. Or, you know, have it, you know, so people can take them take them home to their families and their dogs. And, you know, just how impressive is that? I just think it's kind of cool. So, and you could take your, you can do them a little bit nicer than I'm doing them right now because you'll have more time than I will be. But I mean, just red and green, how pretty is that? Absolutely beautiful. So please tell all your friends and family about us. Please hit the like, share, comment, and subscribe button. If you don't have a friend, you have a few now. Until next time, take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.